So in order for NQA to approve our accreditation application, it has to meet certain standards. It has to be acceptable or in line with certain accreditation standards and regulations. So those standards are what we are going to look at now. And before we look at the standards quickly, let's just look at the accreditation process or accreditation procedure, how NQA goes to about accrediting an accreditation application. So we are going to look at the accreditation process. Accreditation process on their website. You find it. It says that the main process is as follows. Step 1, we provide our application pack, or we provide our application, we hand in our application, our accreditation application to NQA, and NQA in turn goes through this process. It's a 12-step process to evaluate whether we get approved or not, whether they issue us an accreditation certificate or not. Step 1, provide information on application process. Step 2, NQA receive the application process, they check it, they make sure it's authentic, they check it. AAA, okay, so they check it, they make sure it is authentic. Yeah, and if it's not, they just send it back to us, and they say, hey, the following documents are missing. That's step 3. Step 4, if it is fine, it is proper, all right, it moves on to step 5. Step 5, they give an allocation, they allocate the file, the head of AA allocates to AA officer, authenticating authority. What does AA mean? That's one word. Okay, AA, where is it? There it is. AA mean authentication, authorization, accounting. Good grief, yada yada. Okay, anyways, going back to the flow process. Yeah, AA officer goes to step 6. Desktop evaluation. AA officer conducts the desktop evaluation. Step 7, they visit the site. There will be frequent visit to see, conduct the site visit, to draft reports, prepare reports. AA committee of the NQA council committee considers the final report. Then AA committee makes a recommendation to NQA, and NQA considers the AA committee recommendations. Council makes the decision on accreditation. If no, they tell us, hey, your application was not accredited, does not meet the needs, the requirements, and they tell us ABCD is missing, correct this, we correct that, we bring it back. And if we pass, then it's a yes, we get the certification of accreditation. The secretary prepares the certification of accreditation to be listed in register and gazette, and applicant placed on audit schedule. Voila, we have our certificate. So as we said earlier, we need to meet certain accreditation standards contained in the regulation. So the regulation document is found here. Where is it? It's found where? Regulations. Yeah, it's found here. Click there, it will take you to the regulations, which I already downloaded. So where are the regulations? Where are we? Okay. So yeah, these are the regulations. Cool. This is Annex B of the regulation that states the requirements and criteria to be met for the grant of accreditation. In order for us to be granted accreditation, we need to meet the following standards. in granting accreditation, the Council of the Namibian Qualification Authority. But before we even go to the part of, receiving or being granted accreditation, we need to apply, and these are the applications we use in applying. So we use Annex 1, this one here. The application looks like this. This one is to be used for first time application of accreditation only. So this application form must be completed by people seeking accreditation and not re-accreditation or expansion of services. As we have noted, accreditation expires every 3 years, the accreditation certificate. So section A says business information. Here we put our business information, operating name of institution, we put it there. Operating name of institution, street address, mailing address, telephone number, fax number, email address of our company, telephone number. There we go. Is the institution privately or publicly owned? All this we need to write yada yada stuff there. Number of owners or controlling body, identity passport. You put the number of owners, controlling bodies in there, legal status of institution, CC or trust, etc. Contact information, name of contact person, put there, telephone number of the individual, position in organization of the person, email address, postal address, fax number, details, senior management, heads of department, rectors, senior administration, or we put the name, position, identity passport, everything there. Section overview of operations. How many delivery locations does the institution have? How many operations? If we do not have operations, overview of operation. I mean, if we do not have locations, we say not applicable. We are online, or this is just me thinking. Maybe we are online, or website. Maybe we have 2-3 websites. I don't know. We're going to discuss that. Provide full address of operating location. We provide that there. Propose scope of services. List all programs or courses currently offered by the institution or for which accreditation is sought. So we name the program, let's say math. If we are issuing math, my goodness, mode of study, primary mode, can either be full-time, residential live-in, residential mix, franchise, I don't know what that is. So yeah, anyway, you see. The institution offers classes in the evening. If yes or no, state the programs that we offer in the evening. We put them there. If no, if unsure, here there's a declaration which states, I declare that all information in this form and association application pack is true and correct. I agree to abide by any applicable legislation of relevance to our operation. I agree to notify NQA any changes, position or institution. I agree to give free and full access to facilities and documents relevant to the application and QA. So yeah, authorized signature, date, title, and voila, we're done. So that's the application process. With the application process, we submit supporting documents. Okay, this one is for what? For reaccreditation, which we don't use. Where's the other one? This one is for if we want to seeking expansion of accredited services. We want to expand our services. You fill in this one. Okay, so all these are found in Annex B. So I said we're going to look at the regulations, what the requirements. So there we go. Let's go. Annex B tells us of the requirement in order for us to meet to be granted accreditation. Introduction. In granting accreditation, the Council of the Namibian Qualification Authority (NQA) must be assured that an applicant meets the standard of delivery of a course or courses and the assessment of the performance of people taking course or courses set by the authority. The expected standard is set out in the NQA standard for accreditation. This standard has 3 elements, each element being amplified through the statement of requirements and criteria that shall form the basis of determining any decision on the grant of accreditation. Whoa! fancy stuff. Standard for accreditation. Here we go. Element 1, element 2 must be met in order to become accredited. Element 3 is considered at the time of determining the re-accreditation of an accredited body. Okay. Just check my time. Accredited body. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Is considered as time of determining the re-accreditation of accredited body. The person, institution, or organization. So, our institution clearly states measurable goals. We must be able to, guys, this one very important. Clearly states measurable goals, objectives supported by relevant stakeholders, goals, even specified range of education, services for specified cohorts of learners in specified learning environment and context. Has the necessary internal structures and systems to achieve the stated goals and objectives, and where such structures and systems ensure appropriate and adequate governance, operation. So if we meet these ones well. 3, yeah, maybe, yeah. So 2.1, appropriate and adequate governance, operational and educational management, and quality management. The design and documentation of appropriate and adequate courses, fair, transparent, and equitable access granted to learners to education and assessment services offered, the recruitment, management, and development of appropriate and adequate staff, the provision of adequate and appropriate learning facilities and resources in physical contexts that are conducive to learning, the consistent delivery of planned courses, that learners are well informed, fair, valid, consistent assessment of learner performance, learner enrollment, progression, and achievement record are safely maintained. Appropriate, adequate, and ethical research is carried out in relation to degree level courses and programs where applicable. The breadth and quality of learning opportunities are enhanced through well-documented and soundly based franchise partnership arrangements where applicable. The regular and robust review of systems related to the above and the adoption of appropriate opportunities for improvement. 3, substantial achievement. So these two, 1, 2, very important we made. 3 also very important, but this one is extremely considered when it comes to re-accreditation application. Substantial achieves through the application of its internal structures and systems, sets goals and objectives and builds upon them. Appropriate and adequate statement of goals. So this is just expounding more on that, what we've read there about statement of goals and objectives, statement of mission, strategic direction, goals and objectives, list of courses to be offered and or assessed, statement of feasibility, statement of delivery site, description of characteristics of expected learners for each course, description of learners of learning approach for each course, governance and management requirements, criteria. The person, institution, or organization is a body, corporate, description of governance structures. So yeah, all these guys. Description of management structures. If you get time, we can just go through on our own proof of our financial ability, financial viability. All right, so yeah, where is that? Where is the amount? NQA tells us how much exactly. Policies, it's not that one. Okay, yeah, here. So for unscheduled quality audits, the cost of unscheduled audits arising through complaints or concerns raised by the NQA under Regulation 27 will not be passed on to the institutions concerned. Okay, just summary of the accreditation. If we are applying for accreditation, first time application, the application fee is 5,000, guys, and any additional hours spent on assessing of our application incurs 400 per hours. So yeah, annual fee travel, accommodation, all that. We study this document, you'll be able to find out. So if our institution has less than 100 learners, it pays an annual fee of 2,000, regardless if you have one learner, as long as we are registered. At the end of the year, if we have only a single learner, we have to pay 2,000. If we have 100 but less than 499 learners, we pay 3,500. If we have that, anyway, just go through this, you'll be able to see all that. Ongoing accreditation. So also in this document, it will tell you of the accreditation standard. Now this is the NQA1, which follows, of course, what we just went through previously. Regulation and standard, they just took from there. So the person or institution standard for accreditation. The person, institution, or organization clearly states measurable goals, objectives supported by relevant stakeholders that are relevant to specified range of education services, specified cohort learners, specified learning environment and context. Step 2 has the necessary internal structure and systems to achieve the stated goals and objectives, where such structures and systems ensure appropriate, adequate. We went through this already, so your own time we can go through that. So yeah, guys, that is it. But if you want a simplified version of this, where is that simplified version? Is here at the end. This is a checklist of our application pack, of our application document. Should be able to say, okay, we check this at the end. Overview, information, business description. So okay, statement of mission, goals, business, check. List of courses to be offered, check. We have it. Field statement and where delivery will take place, check. Description of characteristics of learners, check. Information of governance, proof of legal existence, check. We have registered with trade industry documentation or BIPA. The structure and membership of any governing body, check. Okay, all that, guys. Learner entry, check. CV and all course material. So we need to go through all this with our own time, and yeah. So the council has resolved that this is just a letter that each named course submitted as part of an application for accreditation must be accompanied by course statement as detailed in element 2 of 2 of the accreditation standard, annex B of accreditation regulation of 2006. 2 of 2, element 2 of 2. Okay, we could go there, but yeah, we are out of time. I'll stop here. So upload this document on the group, so let's just go through it now, then still go and inquire, then from there, yeah, we will see how things go. Cool. Okay.